So today, guys, I'm gonna try to explain to you why the BUK M3 is the best AA system in the game, and it's not because of what you think it is, okay? It's not because of radars or, to be honest, anything beyond 1 point. So, we are here on a replay, and we're gonna check out the missiles, okay? These are real battles, okay? These are battles that I was just playing with it. I already showed some of these in another video, like in 3 other videos comparing testing these vehicles, right? But I really wanted to make one comparing the 3 new AA systems, okay? And you're gonna see a major change, a major problem here, a major thing that will make the BUK be the best AA system in the game. Okay, so of course here I was trying to kill some drones and stuff, but you will notice something that happens when the BUK fires against an aircraft. So let's wait for a fire, like a shot that I did. Because guys, let's be honest, I can show stuff like, for example, trying to hit a target at 70 kilometers in a custom and etc., right? But at the end of the day, real matches is what actually matter. So look at this. Rafale just appeared at 20 something kilometers, and he was coming towards us. And look on the speed of these. So he fired 2 missiles bombs that he has, right? He's at 14 kilometers, so it's pretty close for these AAs. Look how many missiles. It was me and another guy actually shooting. So there was 2 BUK sites there. And you will notice something very interesting. So let me just do this. And I'm gonna show the missile. Where is the missile? Look at this. The missiles are coming. You know, you have plenty of them, of course. But notice which of these will get the closest. So this one, I'm pretty sure he went for the chaff right there. But look at this. Oh no, he actually hit it. But I don't know if you noticed. The missile was at Mach 4.1 when he hit the target. Yes, Mach 4.1. Yeah, that's gonna be the main problem, okay? That's gonna be the main thing that will make you die for these missiles. And why, if you use a BUK, you can get any kill whatsoever very easily. It's because of these weapons. Of course, here we intercepted the missiles as well. So, yeah. But we're gonna wait to see a second launch, third launch here. And then afterwards, we're gonna actually go to the SAMT launches and Sabre launches in a normal match for you to check it out. So here we have an F-15. Okay, just a normal F-15 just flying around. He gets detected and he will get shot very, very fast. So he's at 25 kilometers where we shoot the first missile. Okay, look what the missile does. So it is climbing, of course. It does kind of a loft kind of scenario, right? And then, yeah, this guy went defensive. Okay, he's going defensive as hard as he can do. Oh, for some reason, I cannot lock on him there, but you will get the point. This is weird controls to use. This is the first missile. And you will see that close, look at this. It's turning, that's why it's losing so much energy. It's actually trying to predict where the target is. But at around 17 kilometers, the target is still, the missile still is at 3.3 Mach. And it will hit the target. So that's gonna be the main problem, okay? It's not the turning of the missile. It's not the radar of the missile. It's not that it's actually an active radar homing, which helps a lot. It's that. A 10 to 20 kilometer hit with Mach 3 to Mach 4. Now let's compare to the other ones, because the SAMT turns more. The Sabre turns more, but it has way less speed. So let's check it out, those. So here we have the SAMT, right? We have a 10 kilometer K50 there. And you will see what is the speed. So look at this. Already at 3.5 kilometers, it's already below Mach 4. Remember that I hit it a Rafale before at Mach 4.1 at around like 13 kilometers, I think it was, or something like that, right? And look at this. At 10 kilometers, I mean, it's not even trying to turn too much, but I mean, 8.5 is already Mach 3. It's not bad, guys. It's not bad. This was kind of a bug that was happening. For some reason, the proxy fuse wasn't hitting. But you can see that the missile has Mach 2.4, Mach 2.5 at 10 kilometers. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not. It's actually pretty good. Still has a lot of energy. But, at the same time, it is a lot lower in the airspeed than the BUK system, okay? So this will be the problem with the Aster. Technically, in theory, the Aster will have more range. It will have the ability of doing some different, attacks and stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, look at this. Mach 4, 7.3 kilometers. Guys, this is not a maneuvering target like the Rafale was, like the F-15 was. This is a target that is just standing still almost for the missile's sake, because it's a helicopter. And still, below the travel distance of 10 kilometers, it is already passing from Mach 3 to Mach 2, okay? So, yeah, this is the main problem. Yes, of course, the Aster can do 50 Gs, man. And it's great to have 50 Gs. You can do a 180 without you even noticing, right? But at the end of the day, it won't matter. If the missile doesn't have the range, if the missile doesn't have the, it is the range, right? If the missile doesn't have the speed, it won't be able to do anything. And the BUK has more of that than anybody else. Okay, than anybody else. It doesn't matter if it's a Panzer. It doesn't matter if it's like a Demon 20 launcher, the claws, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Nobody can reach those speeds as fast as the BUK missile can do, and at the same time, maintain those speeds for as long as the BUK missile can do. Okay? So we're gonna just wait a little bit. I think it got killed because the K-50 just didn't die because, proxy fuse problem. There's that as well, right? But again, look at this. So I'm firing a missile. Okay, it reaches out Mach 4 and it's already below. 2.7 kilometers traveled and it's already below Mach 4. While the BUK was hitting a target of like 13, 14, 15, 16 kilometers that was turning a lot more than the K-50. The K-50, see that? The K-50 is standing still, man. And the missile, it still has less energy than the BUK missile trying to hit the target, right? Which is insane. It's insane. Look at that. Eventually, we get the kill. For some reason, it's just the proxy fuse that wasn't working properly. And then I fired on this target. This target was pretty interesting because it shows that it's not by any means that the Aster 30 is a bad missile. Look at this. So Mach 3 at 1.3, so a lot lower than the BUK. But it's still sorry. Let me get back there. But it's very fast still. Yes, it's not as fast as the BUK, but look at that. 3.2 kilometers, 3.7 Mach, right? And it doesn't matter what the F-15 does, he will still get killed, right? So it's not by any means that the Aster is a bad missile, but the BUK can maintain that energy so much better that it is kind of scary. It's not as big of a threat, but at the same time, it is, just as good at the same time. It's almost just as good, actually. It's a little bit worse, but it's just complicated. It's very, very weird, right? So let's take a look on the Sky Sabre. And here we have it, the Sky Sabre, which is the British one, right? Which tends to be considered the worst because it has less range on even the stat card, right? But it's not by any means bad as well, okay? It's just that the BUK, man, the BUK is one of those AA systems that it just makes you wanna, just kind of like use it all the time to prevent CAS. If you get that thing, seriously, every single match that you drive with the BUK, you get like a lot of kills. So here, again, almost 10 kilometer shot, very similar shot from the SAM-T, right? that I'm gonna do on the Sky Sabre. And let's look at this. First thing that you will notice is that the CAM ER accelerates much slower than the SAMT and the BUK, okay? But it's still pretty fast. But see that? It reaches out to Mach 3 and it caps at that. It doesn't go beyond that speed, which means that at a travel distance of, you know, the hit there, it wasn't as fast as you might think. You know, it is just going to be Mach 2 point something, which means that if the missile, it does have the 50 Gs, but it, you know, one slight turn and it will lose all of that energy, right? So it has way less energy, way less range than the SAMT and the BUK, okay? Here we had a drone, which is a great target because it doesn't move, so we can just see, without too much of a problem, what would be the max speed of it. So check it out. I'm gonna slow it down again. Look at the speed, Mach there. And yeah, peaks out at 3.04 Mach, at 2.7 kilometers. The BUK go beyond, way beyond 4. The SAMT go way beyond 4, like around 4 as well, right? And then, of course, it will maintain a pretty good range over here, and it can do well. Look at this. I mean, at around 9 kilometers, it is still pretty good. 2.73, man. It will destroy a target that it's trying to turn. But the BUK would be at Mach 4 here, you know? So, way beyond Mach 4. So, I don't know, guys. You tell me in the comments what you think. But I have a feeling, yes, I'm gonna say something that maybe will make you mad, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the Patriot is coming. Because all of these AA systems, they are pretty good. But the BUK really pushes the limit of what an AA can do in the game. And it's not because of the turn, it's not because of the radar, it's not because of anything, it's because of missile kinematics, right? It's about missile energy. If he has way more energy than anything else, it doesn't matter how many Gs he will have. If it's above 20, it will get you, okay? So, not every time, but you get the point, right? 30 Gs for the BUK is plenty. You know, it has a very large proxy fuse, a very large payload. It's gonna kill you. And it's gonna get to Mach 4 beyond your capabilities to react if you are up close, less than 10 kilometers to it. The Sky Sabre, very easy to actually notice because very slow acceleration, right? The SAMT is another way better than the Sky Sabre on that regard, but still not as good as the BUK. So this is why the BUK is going to be, for now, the best AE system in the game. It's a combination of factors, but mainly the energy retention. So, yeah, very cool. So I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and bye guys, see ya.